I love this time of the year. It's snowdrop time. We have wood, and in the wood it's massed with snowdrops. And we have an 8-year rotation, so every 8 years we go back to a place and we dig them up because they're so thick that they're jacking each other out of the ground, if you'll pardon the expression. So they do with a thinning, and then we harvest what we have then, and then go bring them back to the potting shed, to the tender mercies of Helen, with her snotty nose. When we harvest them, we dig them out into clumps. Could you just pull me a clump out, Helen, and let's have a look at it? And then we'll separate them off, as she's doing here. Now I would separate them into tens, but Helen's a bit more generous than me. And then they're put into these little pots. Could you just do one, please, Helen? You can buy snowdrop bulbs dried from a bulb company, but they're bloody hopeless. So you might just as well do them properly in the green. In the green means they've got the leaves on. Now sometimes when you buy a mail order, in the green they've flowered and they've still got their leaves, but a lot of the guts has been taken out of the bulb by the flowering. Whereas if you do them just before the flower, like this, you get the benefits of the flower this year, but they've also got a little bit of nutrition in the pot to pull on. So we do them in there, like that. Little pots. Here's a smile. She doesn't do that very often. No, she's lovely. And they go out at £1 a pot, which is a fair price for 10 snowdrop bulbs in the green. So there you are. That's why I like this time of the year. It's both interesting, profitable, and our customers get what they want. Snowdrop time is like end of January, mid-January to end of January, on to February, but it also coincides with the time when we have a spring clean. Everything in this nursery, we get inspected twice a year, so everything has to be cleaned. We don't want to be harbouring diseases. So all the paths and the beds are pressure sprayed, and then they'll be disinfected with our Militox, which is about the best disinfectant we can use. These beds here now are perennial beds. They've all been cleaned, pressure sprayed, and they're ready as we, because the snowdrop time, I know I refer to it almost blasé like, but for us it's a time when they're in flower and it coincides with all these tasks, and it's like really is the beginning of the year, the start of when everything's cleaned up. And then we divide our perennials up, or we pot on those things that were grown from seed last year, and these beds have all been cleaned. It looks beautiful, and they'll be filled up with pots in nice fresh pots, fertilised, composted, new compost put on, or top dressed. That's the way you produce healthy plants, and that's the way it should always be on a nursery. You don't want these skanky little corners full of like muck and shit and bullets. They're no good to anybody. They just harbour bugs, harbour diseases. Again, the trees have all been fertilised, top dressed, and they're looking good, ready to go. So now we just need to fill up the shrub beds. They're all put to one side, and then we'll work on them over this next month. As I say, in snowdrop time, when everything's in flower, and our work really starts for the year. We say goodbye to winter. Bloody good job too.